Minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am Vaos, and today in this episode, I'm going to cover one of the challenges, or how one of the challenges are coming along, and that is the challenge of the 80-minute rocket car, 80 minutes around the world. Now, take that off actually, so I don't kill them by accident. The challenge itself, it's coming along very, very slowly. I doubt I'll be able to finish it anytime soon, but I'm definitely working on it. And there it is. I know it doesn't look anything like a car, but it's got wheels and can move forward. Yay! And you can't turn it too hard because it's a lot of weight, and these wheels are definitely on their last leg before they pop. So let's go ahead and get started. SAS on. Spacebar. Turn off all that. Full throttle. And here we go. Straight up. Straight up, come on. What do we got? 86. Alright. Let's see what happens. Fast forward. There we go. And we're going to stop right at about 30 seconds. Ish. Alright. Level out. And pretty much full throttle. We won't get anywhere anymore. You need at least about 2,240 some odd meters per second in order to make orbit. We get about 3/4 of the way there, so it's definitely coming along. And yeah, about 700. Actually, what was it? About 1,000 ms more, so about halfway. Depending on the actual flight pattern. Unfortunately, I did goof up a little bit there. I meant to turn at 20,000 instead of 22,000 meters, and so it could have been a little longer. I could have had a little faster orbit, but you know, take what you can get, I suppose. So right now it's still under construction. Maybe a little bit more fuel, perhaps a few more rockets. Unfortunately, these wheels can't take a whole lot of weight, so it's gonna definitely be a very delicate play. So even if I was able to get this thing to actually go into an orbit, whip around the Earth, and then come back to Kerben, if I was to actually try to make this look like a car, put, you know, side panels on it and like a little canopy on it, and doors and lights and stuff, that would add more weight to the actual structure, and I'd have to recalculate everything all over again and test it. which would suck. So basically, this is how it's going so far. This is the rocket car. I'm trying right now to work on a smaller version, but it doesn't do half as good as this thing does. So it's just gotta play with it and find the right combination. So there you go. Yep. Alright. So let me go ahead and show you some other stuff. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to try to build the most simplest plane that I can think of in KSP. I'm no expert by any means, but I'm definitely going to try my best. If you want to, there's a link on the bottom. Cruisin' AK, he is really good on plane tutorials. I've watched some of his videos and he's quite funny and he's very, very knowledgeable. Definitely check his videos out if you want to know the very basics and details of how to make planes in KSP. But we're going to go ahead and try to build a simple one. And right now it comes down to the cockpit. Weight is everything. So this one right here is 0.6 total mass. However, if you look at it, that doesn't look like it should belong on a plane at all. So obviously that's not going to be what we choose. The second lightest is of course this, and that looks a lot better. Sure, it has a tiny little window, but we're going to pretend he has like a little helmet that has a screen in it or something of that nature. Everything else beyond this one is heavy. So this one is 1 total, it's like 1 ton. This one's a ton, 0.25, and then this one comes up into 3.5, and you got 2.5, 4. This one kills me, 4.5 tons. It only seats 1 Kerbal. Okay. Alright, so we got our little cockpit here. Try to make this as simple as possible. We won't build an ejection system on it. That just adds to the weight. And the plane is going to be so small anyway that 1 parachute will be enough for both cockpit and plane. And I'm looking for a parachute. There we go. And this is actually lighter than the side parachutes by 0.05. So we'll use this one. Alright, now we've got our cockpit and our parachute. We need fuel. And since this is going to be a basic plane, we're going to go here and look at our liquid fuel engines and try to find the lightest, smallest one, which would be this one, the MK2 2 size 1 adapter. Now, I know it's an adapter, but it has fuel in it. 80 units of fuel, and it's 0.5 total mass, which is a lot less than any other one. Okay, so we're going to use this. Yeah, it looks kind of funky, but we'll make it work. Now we need an engine. The basic jet engine is one of the... It's very, very fuel efficient. It is the most fuel efficient engine in the entire game. Granted, it can't go into space, but ISP at sea level is 2000. No other engine has that. So we're going to use that. So it's very fuel efficient. It'll make these this small little fuel tank here last for a very long time. Now we need wings. Wings. This is the lightest wing. It's actually considered a tail fin, but it's the lightest one. However, its lift rating is not so great. The second one to that is of course these two, the wing connector and the structural wing. These are both same weight and same lift rating. However, if you try to do this, it looks just plain strange. However, if you do this, it looks a lot better. Everything above these two wing structures are the delta wing, which is of course heavier. It has a lot more lift, but it looks kind of cool. But we'll go for the smaller ones. It's a lot lighter. There we go. And we'll just stick them there for now. And of course we need ailerons, or a way to control surface controls. Now we could use this one its lift rating is much greater, but it's also much heavier than the smaller one, about 4 times heavier. If you do this, it looks just plain weird. So we're going to stick with the small control surface, and I'm just going to put 1 on for now, like so. And for me personally, it's a personal preference. I like to put 1 in front to give the craft some sort of ability to nose up very quickly. It allows for more control as well as better takeoff and landing capability. That's just personal preference and also personal experience. Alright, so now we need to look at our center of mass and center of lift. As you can see, it's a little off. What you want is you want the center of mass to be in front of the center of lift. Picture, if you will, an arrow. The arrowhead being, of course, made out of a heavier material and most likely sharper material, and the lighter material in the back of this arrowhead normally being some sort of platform of some kind, like a stick or lighter piece of material that has normally feathers or some sort of atmospheric form of control on the very end. Now you get the archer and he fires this arrowhead first. What's going to happen is it's going to pierce through the atmosphere due to the fact that the heavier part of the arrowhead has a lot of force behind it and it's heavy, which allows it to significantly go through the atmosphere relatively without the atmosphere affecting it too much before it either hits its target or falls down to the ground because of its drag and gravity. While the lighter part of the arrow, the stick consisting with the feathers in the very end, trails behind the heavier arrowhead because it's lighter and it naturally wants to slow down quicker due to the atmospheres having more of an effect on it because of its lighter material. Now you take this same arrow, flip it around, and fire it backwards. Well, a few things are going to happen. First of all, the lighter part of the arrow, once it goes into the atmosphere has more of an effect on it. It's lighter, the air catches it easier, and it wants to slow down faster. Now, of course, the arrowhead in the back wants to keep going. It wants to keep going. It's heavier. It's got more energy behind it. So what happens is now you've got the arrowhead wanting to keep going fast, and you've got the lighter part of the arrow, the stick with the feathers on it, wanting to slow down quicker. So what happens is you've got the arrowhead moving forward, and you've got the arrow and stick and the feathers coming backwards because it's slowing down quicker due to the fact that it's lighter and the atmosphere is affecting it, has more of an effect on it. So what happens naturally is that physics takes over. The arrowhead flips over to the front of the arrow, and the rest of the body of the arrow, which is a lighter material, trails behind the arrowhead. Same thing with this craft. If the center of mass is behind the center of lift, it's going to naturally, the center of mass is going to accelerate faster through the atmosphere, while the center of lift is going to want to, once it encounters the atmosphere, slow down and flip behind the center of mass, which wants to keep going. Okay, I have no idea if anybody even understood what the hell I just said. I do apologize for that. That was the best explanation I could give right now. I'm still doped up on sleep medication. Had a good sleep, yep, and I'm still sleepy. I think I overdosed just a little bit, but I'm okay. So if you were to put the craft like this, inevitably the craft would want to flip around, and the ass end, because it's heavier, would want to be in front, and you'd be flying essentially backwards. If you were to grab this and put it right on the center, that's dangerous too, because now your mass is right in line with the center of lift, so any hard turn whatsoever will make this thing flip. I mean, just crazy flip, because it literally, the mass and the lift are so close together that there's no leader. in the stabilization physics, there's no leader, which of course you want the mass, the center of mass, to be the leader, basically, the head of the train. So if you do that, suddenly your craft becomes very stable. Now, I would grab the wings and give them a small tilt inwards towards the plane to make it a more of a dihedral angle, which would increase the control ability of this craft. But right now we're just going to leave them flat for now to make it a basic plane. Alright, let me stop before my brain starts getting a headache. And of course we need now a tail. And I could do this, sure. But we're trying to make it as simple as possible. So with the X and C key, I went ahead and turned on angular snap and turned off symmetry. And let me turn these off. There we go. Aha. Okay, that's good. It looks a little funky, but that'll work. Now we need air for our jet engine. You only need one air intake. And put it on the very top and try to put it as far back as possible. And there we go. Well, that's good. That'll work. Yes, yes. Alright, we are almost done. We need landing gears. Now, unfortunately, small gear bay. These things are 0.5, half a ton each. That's heavy. So let's go ahead and give this thing a type of sled, or slide, or ski, or whatever. Turn off angular snap and try. Well, actually, turn it back on. Okay. These things, the structural panels, is actually 0.075, much lighter, and its impact tolerance is 80. So you don't have to worry about this thing blowing up anytime soon. Your craft will blow up before this thing does. I'm holding down the shift key and tapping on the WASD keys in order to do this. And give it a little bit of an angle. Oh, there we go. And one more to protect the engine, because if it hits the ground it will explode. There we go. Now, as you can tell, this is higher than this. That means when this falls on the ground, it will be pointing in an upward direction. So that's good. Alright, I do believe we are ready to fly this little thing. Save and launch. Alright, she's stable. So let's go ahead and turn that SAS on. And of course, you don't want to do a whole lot with the SAS without the engine being on, because there is no other way to generate power other than the jet engine. So this thing will run out of power if it doesn't have some sort of source giving it, recharging its batteries. Okay, full throttle, spacebar, and hold down the S key. There we go. Sweet. Look how it's really nice. Alright, let's take this thing for a spin. Now I'm holding down the S button, and because of the fact the center of weight is in front of the craft, it's really got some good control to it. It doesn't want to flip around and fly backwards. Whoa. It's actually quite maneuverable. Let's see if we can do some crazy stuff here. Whoa. Alright, let's turn the engine off. Whoa. Easy now. Whoa. Okay, it looks like we got a slight problem here. Uh-oh. I can't recover. I can't recover. This isn't good. Turn off SAS. Full power? Full power. Come on. Give me full power. Come on. Ah, crap. I'm gonna lose it. Oh dear. Okay, power off. Parachute. Aha, so we found something interesting about this design. If you are unfortunate enough to get it to fly on its side, you'll be stuck. Literally stuck. Or as pilots like to call it, a flat spin. Cool. I wonder how it's going to be when we land. Hopefully not too hard. Oh dear. Oh. Haha, here we go. Alright, so just note to self, don't do that again. Okay, now let's try to land this thing again. Without flipping out. Whoa! Ha. Alright, so you want your prograde, or your yellow marker doohickey, to be just barely into the brown for a nice, smooth touchdown. Beautiful. Awesome. Oh, there you go. That's pretty cool. Now, I wanted to take one of these things, or something similar to it, a small little spacecraft, and fly around to find Kerbel's secrets, like the other space center and the pyramids and stuff of that nature. However, when I built a small little vehicle and went to go check on the pyramids, I found something rather disappointing. Now, this plane has a little bit more parts to it, but it's still small and very simple. And it's in a location that's supposed to have the pyramid. They are gone. Or are they? Well, further analysis shows that the pyramids are actually still here. But they're underground. Nice. That sucks. I was hoping to take some pictures and walk around or something. Nope. They are underground, and just shy of underground. I mean, this is a stone that's on the surface, and of course this is my little plane that's on the surface, so you can tell it's not too far from the actual ground itself. Boop. Yep, there it is. Makes me wonder if the other space center is underground as well, or if any of the other secrets are underground, because of the fact that all of the ground is now elevated due to the new map. So they never fixed any of those secret stuff, which really sucks. I hope they fix that. I really do, because that kind of puts my plan in the crapper, basically. Alright, well, that's all I'm going to show you for this video for now. I'm going to try to get the Polar Trek up and running soon, and maybe show you a few more other crafts. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. I am Vaos, signing off.